Hello, everyone. This is Listening Lotus coming back to you with another reading. I hope everybody is taking good care of themselves out of there. Definitely staying on high alert right now. Not saying that you necessarily should have your head on a extreme swivel, but just being mindful of your surroundings. Definitely drinking your water, and most importantly, minding your business. Okay, y'all, I'm just going to jump right into it and we are just going to see what is going to come out. And we will go from there. We will go from there. Okay. Oh, okay. I just wanted to shoot out. Give me 1 second. Okay, we have Phoenix 31 says summon your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Lay that down here. So, and let's read that one because I always like to be completely full transparent about what's going on in the card. So boom, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Which we know Phoenix is big on rebirth. So definitely going through a rebirth right now. All right. It says Phoenix is the ultimate expression of life, death, and rebirth. She allows self destruction to take hold, tearing apart the old so that a new, more enlightened being can take shape. You can see the intelligent process of life and death cycle all the time. One season sheds into another, one day drifts into the past and allows a new day to enter the present. The bush loses one brilliant bloom so that a new rose can flourish. Flourish. Phoenix is lightning. Okay, pause. Phoenix is lighting a blaze in your life. You are about to embark on a fresh journey, but before you can welcome the new, you must be willing to shed something old. Do not consider this process to be a sacrifice. Instead, consider it to be a trade in or an upgrade rather than a loss. For what you will receive in return will be much more improved from what you have now. Even if you are happy with your current situation, pulling this card is a sign that there are better, bigger things just over the horizon. Additionally, Phoenix can represent a breakthrough or a significant change in circumstances. What you have inquired about today is nearly at its end. In this way, Phoenix represents hope for a new beginning. You may be lucky. You may be the lucky receiver of a financial windfall, suddenly find a solution to a long-term problem, or move past troubles in a relationship. Be at peace, for soon all will be well. Okay, I like that. But the biggest of Phoenix is yes, rising through those ashes. And you know what it also reminds me of? This lovely flower that I named my YouTube after. I'm not entirely sure how people are aware or how many people are aware, but in order for a lotus to bloom, most of them are like in the swamp area with lily pads and stuff, right? And they literally have to fight themselves all the way from the bottom of the water, or not really the bottom of the water, but they definitely have to break through the water, almost like the phoenix rises and breaks through the ashes, right? In order for them to bloom into this lovely lotus flower you see here, or you see a lot on my page. And a lot of my page is to help people break through and blossom. You're going to go through seasons where you may feel watered on more, or the sun may not shine as much to help you get to these beautiful petals, or to simply have that initial ignition of fire, right, with the phoenix. But the most important part of what I'm saying is to continue on and to push through and know that even if things are going well, like the card said, that things can always be better. And this isn't necessarily that saying of like, um, grass isn't always greener on the other side, because grass can very much well be greener on the other side. And there's nothing wrong with the grass that once was, but there's always more to have. And you don't always have to be just satisfied or complacent. You can definitely get what it is that you want. And especially if you're putting the necessary time and effort in to get what you want and just have to wait it out a little bit, well, then eventually you're going to break through like a phoenix or like this lotus here. So, okay, give me a second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I don't know why they love to call when you always doing something. When I'm not doing nothing, my phone be dry as hell. I don't understand it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And also with Phoenix, right? This card, 31 reduced down to the number 4, it would be, right? 4 is all about stability, structure, and simply attracting your desires, those deep down passion and fiery desires of things that you truly, really want, and understand that you very much well can have them. Okay? You can have them. Real shit. All right. So, without further ado, I'm going to pull some more. But I like that. It's really just kind of reminding you of like, hey, remember, such and such things that you asked for? Well, they're here now. I don't know about y'all, but the universe definitely has a funny way of putting things sometimes. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to take all 3. Fuck it. Fuck it. We got domestic harmony. Okay. I'm going to turn that around because I don't do these in reverse. Definitely don't do these in reverse. And you have love. You have self-discipline and you have love. Okay? Let me make sure you can read that. Definitely make sure you can hear that. Okay. So when it comes to your stability, your structure, and attracting your desires, definitely you are coming from a very heartfelt space, a very loving space. That's why the love card came out. But you definitely have to make sure that you are being on your own ass regarding your discipline about the necessary steps that it's going to take in order for you to break through like the phoenix to really get to this point. If you're already there, great, cool. But you still need to have that self-discipline about yourself to make sure that you don't fall off, because these passions go hand in hand, right? And with discipline comes structure, which all boils down to this 31, which would be reduced to 4. I like the domestic harmony. So regarding unions, partnerships, um, the people closest to you in your households and stuff, things are maybe things were rocky for a while and things are slowly starting to sorry, get back on track. And long as everybody is playing their part with doing their due diligence and being disciplined and holding themselves accountable when need be. And definitely spreading more love. That's the Brooklyn way. Sorry, y'all, I had to throw that in there. Okay, so definitely spreading love. Um, yeah, that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting from that. This is really someone dotting their I's and crossing their T's. I think I said that one time before. Being hopeful for a new beginning and understanding when it comes to newness and new beginnings or any type of new endeavor, there may be, and that could also be with the self discipline card. Um, hmm, okay. Because I know y'all had seen that in the beginning. Maybe that is the reason why it was in reverse. I don't do these cards in reverse. So, but I am just going to put it out there because it may be important for somebody that I'm talking to. But by it being in reverse, maybe you have been too self disciplined. Maybe you've been extremely self disciplined and now you need to loosen up a little bit and just simply allow your creative side to simply flow. Maybe you've been a little too disciplined on yourself to where the point it was getting like you were being hard on yourself and you're like not allowing yourself to breathe because you want something that bad. But stay hopeful. Stay hopeful. I think that's the reason why it came out in the way that it did. But I'm still gonna leave it like this, right? So boom. I just had to put that out there because it came to me, so it needed to come out. But um regarding domestic harmony, somebody that you could be in close living quarters with, your companions, your children, hell, maybe even your pets. Sometimes y'all not seeing eye to eye. Honestly, for real, that is a thing. But it said find the solutions to a long-term problem or move past troubles in a relationship. I think that things definitely were rocky for a while in whatever the situation may be, because that's just a part of the Phoenix card, right? Where regardless of how many times somebody may have tried to stomp out your fire, your passion, your creativity, um, really assessing and taking note of the people that you have around you and moving from more of a loving space in order to, because love always wins at the end of the day. All that extra arguing and all that, I promise you, you can get more shit done and accomplished when you, for one, calm the fuck down. Okay, right? Just need to say that, speaking to myself sometimes too. Okay. But definitely calm down some of this fire energy. Everybody don't need to be up in a blaze. Everybody don't need to be on fire. Um, and just really assessing the situation for what it is. And sometimes just really people are able to hear you better when you have more of a softer tone and you're coming from a place of love. Like, hey, you may have very much well had me effed up when you did this, that, and the third. But y'all sit down and come to an agreement so you'll have a conversation about it so that everybody can feel heard, everybody can get their side and point of view out. Sometimes love really does get more shit done and accomplished than wars and all this other stuff that goes on out here in the world. Honestly. Now, you do with that what you will. But I like the fact that with the Phoenix and breaking through, right? You're breaking through into a new phase that represents hope for a new beginning. And doing the necessary things within yourself to keep yourself disciplined and staying on track, you very much well will get all those desires and stability and the structure that you're looking for. And doing it from a loving space and staying in a loving space will make things um, a lot more easier. It'll make it easier for you to even break through and blossom or break through in your creativity endeavors. Because I feel like a lot of this is in your creativity. Not saying that you had a creative block. Maybe you did at one point with some of the things that were just kind of like going on in pretense. But you've definitely overcame that now, and you're just simply just trying to move from more of a loving space. You're trying to have more harmonic flow in your um, home life, in your work life, just like really just trying to have more flow coming towards you so that you can break through and soar with your creativity to, do the different things that it is that you really want to do with your time and effort. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. But the biggest of it also too is when you are going through that rocky phase is you may have to let some people go, or you may have to revamp some things, right? Or you may have to recalibrate or readjust the way you may have done some things, and then you had to find a new level of self-discipline. You had to revamp some things within yourself, right? But even in the processes of how you had to do that, just realizing that just because there's a new and there's an old, that neither one of them were no better than the other one. I think that is the important key here. Yes, you're breaking through into a new phase, and even the phase before, like I said in the booklet, that you may be doing just fine now. Everybody is not in going through craziness all the time, right? And you may very much well be fine now, but in order for you to get to that very next potential level that you want to get to, there is going to be another level of newness that needs to be unlocked. And most importantly, doing things from a loving space. All this blue energy and allowing more of a harmonic flow for not only just yourself, but the people that you are in close quarters with. You can get a lot more done. You can get a lot more done. I like that. This is really good. Okay. I'm going to pull one more. Actually, two more. I ain't gonna tell that tale. Okay. I'm gonna pull two more. And we're gonna see what more they want us to know. Because I'll never know until the card come out. Let's make that clear. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, y'all probably can read that from there too. Okay, boom. I'm gonna leave that right there after I get done reading it. It says, your own body is a manifestation of God, and if you honor your body, everything will change for you. Practice giving love to every part of your body. This will plant seeds of love in your mind, and when they grow, they will love, honor, and respect your body immensely. I like that. So definitely a lot of love going on. But most importantly, is self-love, self-discipline, the self-love, and maybe hear me out, y'all, because I do want to reiterate, because I know I had turned the card around. But that may just maybe one of the key components as to why I was in reverse, because in the ways that you have been being self-disciplined, or you haven't been being self-disciplined, right? Say you were being overly rigid in one area, but you were neglecting yourself in another, right? You didn't do it with a harmonic balance within yourself. Therefore, it affected other things in other areas with not only just yourself, but the people around you. And they're saying, hey, kind of like get back on track so that you can be able to push through like the phoenix, right? And get the things, the creative and stability, all the things that you really want, even if you have them now, but you can get unlock that next level of what that may look like for you, right? Um, but this is speaking a lot about your body. So really, excuse me for burping. Um, A lot of this could do with giving yourself that extra TLC that it may need right now. And you haven't been disciplined on that as well. You've been disciplined about everything else. But for some reason, even if that's simply doing certain things for yourself that you used to do that would kind of bring you a little bit of comfort and a little bit more self-care and self-love on yourself, but you've simply been negating those things. Fill in the blank for whatever that may be for you. It could be everywhere from just being outdoors more or just simply being in the spa, or just getting a massage once a month or once a week, whatever your schedule once was, or, for my girlies doing your hair, or for the men, even if you don't get your hair done, haircut all the time, because I know 8 day prices be kind of steep these days, but maybe just lining up your beard, just certain things to just really help you feel more better about how you're moving and doing things to help yourself be able to push through to this next level. And like it said, you will love and honor and respect your body immensely. By you honoring your body. You may not have been honoring your body, which going back to, because I'm gonna reiterate why this was in reverse, because even this color, it might look red for y'all, but it's kind of more of like a burnt orange. So it's more of like the sacral energy. So maybe you haven't been disciplined regarding your sacral energy in itself and your creativity side, and you haven't been respecting your body in that sense too. So you may have been having more shit, fuck it, I'm gonna just say you probably been, not taking pampering and taking care of your sacral womb energy, or just your genital energy, or that area or that region. You haven't been necessarily taking care of that like you should. Not saying that you're not bathing, that ain't what I'm saying. But, just giving it the extra. I ain't trying to be explicit, but maybe you ain't shaved in a while. Or, maybe, hear me out. Maybe you've been getting some and you maybe need to slow down a little bit. Or maybe you haven't been getting none and they saying, hey, it's okay to get some. Um, I think y'all kind of know what I'm getting at, right? Um, but most importantly, it's saying honoring your body, giving love to every part of your body. You may have been like, and that's the reason why I'm saying with all this fire energy, and then you have also the water energy coming in too, or the mothering energy with the blue, is mothering yourself in a way of like giving yourself that extra TLC, because it's super important to make sure that you're being disciplined in those different ways when it's regarding yourself, because you're definitely going to need to have a certain system in place for yourself before you can get to this next level, because you don't have time to waffle. In a sense, you need to already have a game plan, or you need to already have a, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm always trying to find a damn word. I can't, it ain't coming to me right now, but just like, what is that word? Order. I guess, let's just go with that. But having a certain order, which could go with the structure and stuff, think you need to have a certain order and structure to how you go about moving when it comes to any and everything in your life moving forward. And having these necessary systems and plans in place for yourself now is going to make it easier for when you do have this next um, level of newness that comes on you, because you'll be able to use your discernment for knowing which opportunities are good for you and which ones aren't, and good for your highest self and your higher potential growth that you're aiming towards, right? But most importantly, doing it from a loving way. But this love card is coming out not only for domestically, for the people that are close around you, but most importantly for yourself. Most importantly for yourself and your body, you know. And this could also mean, hey, go ahead and get some checkups. Go ahead and get some checkups. I'm just gonna say it. Really see what's going on with that region. Really taking inventory, taking inventory on yourself, taking inventory on, and it's not just that region, your sacral region. It could be all regions regarding your body, and taking inventory on just your entire system and knowing where you're at currently. So with that, getting a physical is what I mean. Getting a physical and getting checked up on. And not just you with the domestic harmony. It could be you and your partner, you and the people around you. Go ahead and get evaluated, and I say that with love. I hope everything is okay. For real. Okay. But yeah, really just respecting yourself, giving yourself that respect. Because if you don't respect you, how do you expect other people to respect you? That's crazy. That is crazy. You, sir or ma'am, are crazy. No, I'm just time out on that one. Okay. But yeah, definitely go ahead and give yourself more love. Give your body the extra TLC that it needs. See what's going on with that. But definitely, if you were going through a rough patch, just know that it is soon to be over, that you are ready to rise and break through like this Phoenix here. She breaking through, and she like, I got shit to do. Okay. I got shit to do. So really just being more expansive. But before you can get to that expansiveness, you need to really take inventory and make sure that you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. And that doesn't just go for your body, but it goes for also your environment. So that's all I got for you guys. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I am just super duper grateful and appreciative. If you would like more readings, definitely go ahead and just keep hitting that subscription. And you can look out for more videos. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can definitely go through my Facebook at Listening Lotus, and you can book through there, or you can go to Fagaro.com. That is also in the description somewhere. If not, it is definitely somewhere on the page. Okay. And you can reach out to me there. But yeah, y'all just take good care of yourselves. In the meantime, in between time, like I said, go ahead and drink your water. Most importantly, mind your business. Okay. And I will talk to you guys when I talk to you guys. Love you. Bye.